Woo!
Whatever we do, change is coming. Comedy with the implosion of our imperium, and it's coming with the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. It's how we cope with this change. Will we respond rationally? Will we learn to speak to the world with a new humility and recreate structures within our own communities for sustainability? Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves from the reality and responding to it.
Oh boy. Look at that. I'm back. I'm back with the regular stuff because whatever the shit was happening with the Rumble studio was atrocious. I had no control over anything. Rumble, it needs a lot of work. Needs a lot of work. That's all I'm gonna say. It needs a lot of work. If I can't even control my audio settings or nothing. Yeah. Anyways, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. That's right. This show sucks. I'm just putting it out there for you in the beginning. Don't expect all of the good things, but this show is a grift, so we do expect you to send us oodles and oodles of money for absolutely no work. And this may or may not be a parody. I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't really matter, though, because we're both here. You, me, and whoever the heck else is out here. These people like Edmond 7. Real person, eh? You're a real guy, eh? I heard you were a real boy. Now, anyways. So, yeah, we probably lost whatever steam that we had after there before, but I feel better, not having the audio jumping all over everywhere. Can you hear me all right? Right? See, that's the thing. That's always like a fucking problem. You need to get a better song. You need to get a better whatever. You know what I'm saying? A better whatever. A better whatever. Anyways, so hopefully you guys are having a good time today. Good time today. It's been an interesting week with a lot of there's been some shit that's happened. Yeah. There's been some shit that has happened. Okay? There's been some shit happening. I don't know how this shit started happening or whatever, but you know what? At least we're here to let you know and tell you that there are things that are about to be going in a bump in the night, right? Yeah, I don't actually know if anything's going bump in the night. I'm just obviously killing airtime because I ain't got nothing better to say. Woo! But we do have some news, man. I guess there's like news. There's like this shit that's been happening that I guess I should talk about. I mean, I put some stuff in the thing. Democrats turning on Biden. LOWCOW's doing crypto scam. And oh, yes, Project 2025. Ah, yes. What the fuck is Project 2025? That sounds like some gay shit. That's what it sounds like, honestly. Sounds like some gay shit. Sounds like some shit I don't want to have to be a part of or whatever. But what I do know is that, man, oh man, life is interesting place. Yeah, we're in an interesting space right now, motherfuckers. I don't know what the hell be happening, but I'm gonna fix it. I just have to find them. Anyways, so what have you guys been doing? Anything cool? Yeah, probably not. Y'all are lame. I'm just kidding. You're probably not lame. You've probably done a lot more cool shit than me. All I've been doing is just, making the pizza. That's all I've been doing is making the pizza. Well, not actually making the pizza, just delivering the pizza. But I'm good at my job. Right? I'm good at my job. I feel good about my life. And honestly, I'm not really too worried about shit right now, although things do keep making me mad, but at least I don't live in Texas, right? Or in the line of any hurricanes that may or may not be making their way towards the land in the United States, right? That's one thing that I've been seeing a lot of people actually talking about outside of anything with that whole Trump guy, right? And the Joe Biden guy, because obviously people are still kind of worried about that whole situation, at least in some particular respect. I've also been trying to keep up with a lot of the, like drama happenings that have been happening. And I mean, Jesus Christ, man. It feels like sometimes there's just too much shit going on for any one man to even take care of. That's why we used to do a daily show. But even then, you're talking about at least 100 different topics. And it's like you just never have enough time to do all of it, right? Yeah, right. I mean, I've been waiting for the thing that I've been mostly waiting for is the update for the Nicholas Rekieta stuff, right? Like we've gotten some things here and there, nothing that's been totally like, wow, that is insane, which I didn't expect, right? But what we have been waiting for is the body cam footage, and according to the Candiota County Sheriff's Department, or whoever the fuck's in charge of that fucking place, they were saying that they were going to have that information over to some people shortly. So I'm just kind of been like waiting, refreshing the page, because like to me that seems like a real funny thing that we could all look at together. But as I know right now, there hasn't really been too much going on in the whole Moldoverse collapse, other than all of the clips that I've been seeing that have been posted around that are entirely hysterical. I mean, I just, if you get arrested for having like a bunch of cocaine, right, you probably shouldn't be talking about it. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be making claims or talking about it or doing any of that shit, because anything that you do, anything on your YouTube channel or any other motherfucker's YouTube channel is most definitely gonna be on the block. You know what I'm saying? It's most definitely gonna be getting peeped. People are gonna be looking at that shit being all like, I see what you did there and I don't like it. Right? So at least try to understand. Try to be smart about this stuff, Nick. But obviously you're not gonna be, and I'm gonna be here to laugh about it. I'm just waiting, dude. I can't wait to see that body cam footage. But obviously Elisa clips is probably one of the best spots to come forward for any of the juicy details that have been going on. And I mean, it seems like fucking Baldo himself is doing a lot of work on a lot of different channels. I saw him talking to frickin' a bunch of different people, right? I saw him talking to a lot of different folks. He was talking to Ethan Ralph, who I don't understand why he would even talk to Ethan Ralph in the first place, or why people even like that dude in the first place. But then again, you know what? Fuck me. At the same time, like, he's been going on to a lot of different shows, it seems. Like, dude, he's talking to this Camelot guy again. He's discussing the case and the government, basically like, yeah, it wasn't me. Oh, there's no way the 9-year-old was on a bunch of cocaine. And just a whole smattering of other shit like that. So, like, if you want to dive into that shit, I highly recommend you go over to the Lisa clips channels, and you just kind of go soak it up, man. It's really all you can do in the situation. We've been in a lull, okay? We've been in a lull. But obviously, homeboy is, or what's it called? Big Nose Homeboy isn't feeling too bad because he's still hanging in his sex tub by himself. Well, that's fun. That seems nice, dude. That seems nice. It seems nice. We seem to be in the calm before the storm, because as soon as we all start getting that body cam footage, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a couple of gems that are going on over there, but obviously the guys from Kino Casino need content. Elisa needs content. I need content. Hell, all of Nick's friends need content, because I feel like everybody's just kind of hard up on some content right now, dog. Like, I mean, I even think I saw, what was it, Sniper Wolf? You guys fucking remember Sniper Wolf? Everybody's accusing her of like fucking striking somebody. But oh no, that's even weirder. But do I even care to talk about that shit? No, because you know what? I made a thread about it, and if anybody cares, they're gonna go look at the fucking thread. Well, I guess I will talk about it, because I'm just gonna burn and waste a bunch of time on the live stream today. Because why the fuck not? Right? Why the fuck not? I don't know. What do you think? That's the real question out there, is like, if you even care, which most people probably obviously don't really care that much. I mean, I don't really care that much. So how the heck am I supposed to expect you guys to care that much? It's almost like a vexing quandary. It makes you wonder what's life and how life and the way things are going is going. But whatever, I guess since I brought it up, and I already have it sitting here right now, I think it would be kind of interesting to see what is happening on this particular junction, or at this particular scene here that we've been looking at. Yes, there has been a hurricane. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, or I don't know if you all live in Texas or whatever. I don't live in Texas. I've been there. Didn't really like the place. I mean, I like the food, I like the people. It was just too big. Yeah, too big. Maybe it was just because the whole time I was there was raining. I don't know. I just don't think that I would enjoy, getting my power cut in the middle of a hurricane, and then, having to be rescued from floodwaters and shit like that. That doesn't sound like a good time to me. But I mean, already 4 people in Texas have died due to a hurricane. And this is the same hurricane that apparently was going after our good buddy, who's not really my good buddy, but Nick Cade's good buddy, Ethan Ralph, and Meridia, right? Or Meridia? Meridia? Is that what it's called? Meridia? Or that Maria. Anyways, this dude actually had to get, people are having to get airlifted and shit. I'm just kind of worried about it, dude. Like, Houston's always getting hit with all kinds of shit all the time, and we never know what's going on. Oh, hi, Lunchy. Wait, oh, it's Lunchy time. Well, Lunchy, we're talking about the hurricane. Would you have anything to add about the hurricane? Not exactly, Daddy. Not exactly. Is your water okay? What's going on? Or you just wanted some attention? Is that it? Yeah. We always got to take Lunchy breaks anytime that she wants to come up over here. I just felt her tapping my leg over here. She was just giving me a little tapperoonie, so I had to be able to bring her up here. What's up, baby girl? Are you okay? You good? What, are you trying to get up here? Don't sit on the keyboard. It's the only rule. That's the only rule, Lunchy. Well, how you doing, good girl? You good? You're all right? Not very much happening right now? You just wanted everybody in the internet to see you or whatever? Yeah, most people want proof of life from Lynchy. That's right, Lynchy. They want proof of lunch. They want the proof of the lunchers. They want to make sure that I didn't eat you or lose you. Daddy, why did you say eat me first? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, this is my puppy. I love her. I don't know if you guys like her or not, but I like her. She's pretty good at my book. Been worried about Bingo. He's only got one eye, and his one eye's been having problems, so he's got the cone of shame on right now, but that's my good boy Bingo. And we want to make sure that he's fine. So please, if you have a second, make sure that you pray for Saint Bingo, right? Pray for Saint Bingo. At least he doesn't have to worry about the hurricane weather and shit. That would suck, right? That would definitely suck. Lunchy, it's good that we don't have to worry about hurricanes. We only have to worry about blizzards and snowstorms out here. But even then, I'm okay with them for the most part. You want down? Okay, you can go down. Good girl. Anyways, yeah, it's kind of weird. Just seeing everything that's been happening with this hurricane. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit. Imagine living on the coast. I mean, the house is on stilts and it's still underwater, so that's a little fucked up, man. I don't know. It's a little screwed up. I don't like it. I don't like what's going on with it. It seems like we should be sending a lot of money to this location, right? Like all that money that we're sending over to Ukraine. That'd be real nice for Maui and Texas right now. Oh yeah, boy, just another fucking spot. Just another fucking understanding or misunderstanding, I guess, right? You don't ever know though. You don't ever know. Well, I mean, I sometimes know what's going on with it, but it just sucks, right? I just wonder how much it's going to be screwing up the rest of the weather in the other locations and shit, because it's been pretty hot the last couple of days out here. Been a lot hotter than it's normally been. I just got to say, it was like 107, and we're in Arizona territory with that shit, and I'm like, that needs to fucking stop today. Yeah, maybe global warming is real, although I don't really care. Super weird. How come it's like double sending out my chats? That's one thing that I don't understand on my little thingy over here. Look. See how it's got two of them? Like it had one, but now it's got two. I don't know. I don't know. Open the door. What? Open the door. What I said. Anyways. So hopefully our friends down in good old Texas are there. I don't know if you have anybody that watches from Texas or whatever, but if your power's out, hopefully you have brisket and water for you to drink so that you can chill. Edmond7 says we were supposed to have 2 weeks of 90-degree weather here in this area, in the DFW area, but no, we got screwed with like 2 cool days. Yeah. I mean, today was at least a little bit cool. I don't know. I was woken up out of my slumber very early this morning because motherfuckers were doing shit right outside of my window. Nobody fucking told me. Real shitty. Anyways, in other news, according to somebody named Amuse on X wearing a Stormtrooper helmet, yeah. Anyways, they say election interference. Biden's campaign secretary registered the domain Trump's Project 2025 in an effort to deceive voters into thinking Trump was behind a 900-page Project 2025 paper. President Biden has shared this fake-ass website with thousands of millions of users. Oh, boy, guys. Don't you got it? Don't you like it, right? I can't believe that they would actually do that kind of shit. Really? Paid for by President Biden? What the fuck is Project 2025? I ain't never even heard of this. Like, I thought I was like knee deep in the Trump team, but like, I have never seen this. I've never heard of it. Never seen it. Went to the Republican convention. Did I see a Trump 2025? No. Yeah. 2 choices, 1 solution. Donald Trump's presidency ushered in a new economic strength and world peace. Record inflation, open borders, 4 wars. Wait, what is all this shit? Paid for by the Make America Great Again consultation? That's weird. Oh, I must have put it in wrong, right? Oh, it's Trump's project. I went to Trump Project 2023. My bad. So let's see. Yeah, well, do you guys see any PDFs or anything on that one? I don't see any PDFs on that one. Yeah, I don't see Trump's Project 2025 anywhere. Did they already take it online? Trump's Project 2025.com. Let's see. Trump's Project 2025.com. Huh. Did they already take it down? Hello, I was trying to. Ah, thank God. They just don't have it set up so the WWW and the non-WW work. God damn, motherfucker. But yeah, that's right. New blue roof and solar, upgrading to bunkhouse hideouts. Just back up your electricity and reach plus antenna. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. I think it's just gonna be loud. A couple weeks. That sucks. Those dudes gonna be working all day. But hey, at least we can look at Trump's 2025 plan, right? Does it really say? Oh yeah, look at that. Paid for by President Biden at the very bottom. What is this elusive plan that I've never heard of? Let's take a look at it. Trump's allies' 920-page plan to give Trump more power over your daily life, gut Democratic checks on balances, and consolidate power in the Oval Office. Huh? What? I mean, isn't this what we've been fucking dealing with for like the last like 4 years, pretty much, right? Like the fucking Democrats are they just like saying that he's doing stuff again, but they're actually the ones that doing this? How does this always work for them? I don't get it, dude. It seems retarded. Okay, I'm just gonna say it seems retarded. All right, seems like a dementia patient came up with this shit. Anyways, the project is a plan by Donald Trump's MAGA Republican allies to give Trump more power over your daily life. Take away reproductive freedom nationwide. Well, I mean, he's clearly said that he wasn't going to do that. He clearly said that he wanted to repeal, Roe versus Wade and put the question back down to the states, which, most states already ruled on it. So yeah, that's cool. I don't know. I'm gonna say no. Uses a presidency for revenge on Trump's political and personal enemies. Huh. Well, I mean, if he wanted to do that during his first presidency, he could have done that. He did it. And I mean, there's really no say if he's gonna do that in the future, but we did watch Joe Biden use his presidency to go after his personal and political enemies and enrich his family. So I guess, okay. Terminates the Constitution. That seems weird because, like, isn't he the only one that's talked about using the Constitution? What has he ever said that he was going to terminate that shit? Kind of seems sus. Seems sus. Consolidate power in the Oval Office. What you mean, like making a king or some shit like that? Because that feels like what Joe Biden has been doing with all these executive decisions and shit, that having to keep getting struck down by the friggin' the Supreme Court, because he's not exactly he doesn't exactly have the power to do the things like he's saying he's gonna do, but he does it anyway, and then he gets bitch slapped for it. So yeah, that seems like another Biden thing actually. Guts Democratic checks and balances on presidential power. Yeah, I just don't see that one either. Gives handouts to the ultra wealthy paid for by working families. That's exactly what Joe Biden just has been doing for his presidency, like the entirety of it, like Amtrak and all this other shit. Fuck, he's even been giving handouts to fucking Zelensky in Ukraine and the Israel. And, the Jews are supposed to be wealthy or ultra wealthy, right? So, like, I don't know. None of this fucking makes any goddamn sense, dude. I want to see the 920-page document that somebody wrote. 920 pages. Wasn't the Patriot Act like 1,000 or some shit like that? Like, seriously. Who the fuck wrote that? I don't know. Check out right here. Check out the 920-page project report on their website. Okay, yeah, let's check it out. What is this? Mandate for Leadership 2024 open source. So who posted it though? The document Mandate for Leadership outlines a conservative vision for governments focusing on policy recommendations and blah 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 blah. Interesting. Who uploaded it? Somebody named Jason Scott on February 23rd of 2024. And what else is this person? Free range archivist at the internet, founder of textfiles.com, master of uncomfortable silence, occasional target, infrequent hero. Interesting, Mr. Jason. Wonder what I bet you he doesn't like Trump. Yeah, I bet you doesn't like Trump. So, anyways, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at this document. Let's just go to a random page. Wow. The next administration should continue the policy of the Trump administration in the area of the department to conduct a comprehensive review of Title 6 cases, or is that Title 9? With the extent. OCR should review all resolution agreements with school districts to confirm with this policy. So who wrote this shit? Shouldn't we be able to figure out who wrote this shit? Forward by Kevin D. Roberts, PhD, edited by Paul Dans and Stephen Groves, published in 2023 by the Heritage Foundation in Washington, D.C., heritage.org, all rights reserved, printed in the United States. So wait a minute. Let's look at that real quick, Let's take a little look-see. The Heritage Foundation. Join the fight for America's future. Our country depends on it. Okay. Nice. Who's this? We got People Apology. Sarah Partial Perry. Kevin D. Roberts. Par Dance. Mike Gonzalez. Mark Morgan. Niall Gardner. Lori Reese. Hans A. von Spasskovsky. Joel Griffith, Charles Curley Stimson, Victoria Coates, and Genevieve Wood, and Roger Servino, Lindsay M. Burke, John Malcolm, and Kara Frederick. Who the fuck are these people? I've never heard of any of them, except for maybe this chick. Heritage Foundation, Area of Expertise, Education, Lindsay Burke. Yeah. Wait a minute. So, wait a minute. Is this not Donald Trump's plan? Or is this the Heritage Foundation's plan? I can't actually figure out. It seems like it would be the Heritage Foundation based upon what I'm reading here. This was put out by heritage.org, or the Heritage Foundation, which is based in Washington, D.C. Are they saying that Donald Trump's going to win the presidency immediately and this is the plan that he's going to fucking follow? Because, kind of seems like that's not the case. Taking reins of government. Rick Dearborn. Russ Voigt, Donald Devine, Dennis Dean Kirk, and Paul Dans, Christopher Miller, Ken Cucciolini, Kieran K. Skinner, Dustin J. Carmick, Maureen Abdar, Mike Gonzalez, Max Pryormack. Who the fuck are these people? The only one that I even seem to recognize is this Lindsay Burke person. Oh, where do I remember her from? Who's Rick Dearborn? Rick Dearborn. Who the fuck is Rick Dearborn? Former White House Chief of Staff. Oh, okay, wait. American government official, lobbyist who served the White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Legislative, Intergovernmental Affairs, and Implementation. Jesus fucking Christ, that must have been huge as fuck on his goddamn, card or whatever. In the administration of the President Donald Trump for less than a year, from 2017 to 2018. Prior to this role, he was the executive director of Donald Trump's presidential transition team and served in various positions of the U.S. Senate staff. Dearborn worked for 6 U.S. senators, including 2 members of Senate leadership, and spent more than 25 years working on Capitol Hill. He was nominated by President George W. Bush to become the Assistant Secretary for Congressional Affairs, where he worked in the Senate, House, tribal government, blah, 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 blah. Dearborn worked as a chief of staff for Senator Jeff Sessions. Dearborn was also a former senior Sessions staffer when appointed to senior roles in the Trump White House. Oh, really? So that's why they're saying it. Because Rick Dearborn made a section of it calling it. So what about all these other motherfuckers? This kind of seems like they're maybe taking it a little. They're going a little far on this one. A note on Project 2025. Yes, Project 2025, the presidential transition team, is the conservative movement's unified effort to be ready for the next conservative administration to govern at 12 noon, January 20th of 2025. Welcoming to the mission by opening this book, you're now a part of it. Indeed, one of the eyes reading the passages will be those of the 47th President of the United States, and we hope every other reader will join in making the incoming administration assess. History teaches that the president's power to implement an agenda is the apex during the administration's opening days. To execute well-conceived, coordinated, and unified plan, a trained committee of cadre of professionals to implement it. Well, now that seems kind of like normal as shit. Like, wait a minute, are we not supposed to have like should be ready or whatever? Huh? I guess it does explain all these different individuals out here, like Carback. Oh yeah, Rick Dearborn, Rita Veronica. Yeah, it all seems a little bit. This all seems a little suspect to me, actually. I don't know. Have I read this whole fucking book? No. But yeah, it kind of actually seems like it's just like a plan that they would like somebody to have, but not exactly, something that they're supposed to follow directly. And does it actually mention that Trump is going to be the next president, or is just everybody having the feeling that Trump is going to be the next president? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out at least a little bit more from this particular subject, because it seems like this is Heritage Organization's plan to do all of it, and Donald Trump is being expected to have been in control of all of this and made it all happen because some guy that worked on his administration for a year helped write the book. If that's how we're supposed to, is that again, am I being clear? Is that clear? Is that what I'm supposed to be getting out of all of this? Yeah, it seems kind of really strange, bro. Seems super strange. But hey, you know what? Thanks to Joe Biden for bringing us to our attention. Does the Heritage Organization do projects like this? Do they do this a lot? Project2025.org. Huh. Policy, agendas. Read the book. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, wait a minute. If you could just go read the book online, why wouldn't you be able to just, why wouldn't they just link directly to the website? Huh. Yeah. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, my friends. It really don't make a lot of sense. And I wish it did, but it don't. Really don't make a lot of sense. It don't make no sense. The project is an effort of a broad coalition of conservative organizations that have come together to ensure a successful administration. Wow, so you're telling me they bought all this website, published all these books and stuff because they had a feeling that Donald Trump was going to win? Huh. And now, I guess in a sense, Joseph Biden is campaigning for Donald Trump? Is that what I'm supposed to be getting out of this? Yeah. Yeah. Kind of seems suspect, dude. Kind of seems suspect. And the reason I say it seems suspect is because haven't they basically been, the Democrats at least, haven't they been calling for Donald Trump, or not Donald Trump, but they've been calling for fucking Joe Biden to stop being the president? They wanted him to stop. Yeah. They wanted him to no longer be a part of it. Huh. Interesting. But why? Why is the real question. How come? How come they are doing all of this? I mean, have they even talked about moving him. What's up, Russell? How you doing, man? Nice to see you, guy that sends me money. We appreciate that shit. But yes, I think it all comes back to right here. Joe Biden walks a tightrope after a rocky debate with Donald Trump. Uh-huh. I'm glad you're doing great. Yeah. Donald Trump making all the moves, right? Terrible debate performance for Biden. And the only thing they got is the fact that, oh, well, if you let Donald Trump in, he's gonna do all this great shit that they're planning. Look at it. They're gonna fuck the world. Even though he spent his entire time fucking the world. And I mean, seriously, I don't know how anybody can logically promote the man. I don't know how anybody that could claim to have a high intelligence quotient could be behind it. At this particular junction, we're not telling you to vote for Trump just because he's going to fix shit. We're telling you to vote for Trump because it's the right fucking thing to do. And if you can't do the right thing, then enjoy hell, bitch. Because this is the guy that we got going on right now. This is the guy.
Ukraine can and will stop Putin.
Oh, they are. They're going to stop it, huh?
Especially with our full collective support. And they have our full support. Nearly 24 allied partners have signed the bilateral security agreements with Ukraine. And more countries will follow. Today, I'm announcing the historic donation of air defense equipment for Ukraine. The United States, Germany, the Netherlands, Romania, and Italy will provide Ukraine with the equipment for 5 additional strategic air defense systems.
He's looking a little different.
In the coming months.
I'm just hold a second. That looks like a different Joe Biden. He got a different ears. His hair slipped back different. Even his chin is different. And then, like, the fuck? Is that really him?
Months, the United States and our partners.
Look at him. That looks like a dude that got like plastic surgery wearing a mask.
Intend to provide Ukraine with dozens of additional tactical air defense systems.
I don't know if it is, but I'm just
saying.
The
United States will make sure that when we export critical air defense interceptors, Ukraine goes to the front of the line.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, it's like we already got it set up. Like the election, they're trying to be like, oh, Donald Trump's going to be so bad. But, they're telling us right to our faces. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and escalate the war with Putin. And, me and NATO, we're all going to get together. We're going to defend Ukraine and shit. Yeah, it's going to be great, dude. Fuck the Russians. That's what they're saying. I mean, I'm not saying fuck the Russians. I would fuck a Russian girl. That's for sure. But, I mean, I don't think I'm their type. Short, fat man. They probably like muscly fucking Russian dudes. Whatever, dude, You can just live life. You can just live. You can just do life. I mean, that's where we're at, dude. We're right there. And if not, what about the Israel situation, right? Gaza death toll could exceed 186,000. Didn't only like 400 some thousand people die during the entirety of the Iraq and Afghanistan war? God damn, wasn't that going on for like fucking a hell of a lot of years? Yep. How are they already halfway there? I don't know, man. I don't know how that shit works, bro. I wish I did know how that shit works because I would probably try to help change it better. But at this particular junction, we can talk all the shit that we want about what Trump has been saying about how he's going to, stop the war, right? End the war in Ukraine, between Ukraine and Russia. He's going to end it somehow. But, where's good old Trump going to be with Israel? And are we just going to be transferring all the funds that we were sending over to Zelensky so his wife could buy supercars? Or is that all just going to kind of get rolled over into Israel? Because, Trump is one of the guys to kiss the wall. And I mean, obviously is going to try to do some sort of peace agreement. If he is supposedly the Antichrist, like some people were saying back the day, it would fit into all of that, I don't know, conspirioria, but think about it. And, you know, that's CV in the chat makes a good point about the vexed. You know, there's people that have been hexed by the government, and the hexes they've been dropping dead or whatever. And, you know, we're weak. We got the worst numbers possible, and they're trying to push us all into basically having another fucking war. And it doesn't make too much sense for anybody, right? It doesn't make any goddamn sense, bro. It don't make no sense. Zero fucking sense. I don't know, man. You know, think about that stat tells stuff. And all the while, Democratic senators are saying that Trump may win in a landslide. This is a real fucking video from Senator Bennett on CNN, of all places. CNN. That's a headline on CNN right now. Democratic senator, Trump may win it by a landslide. Like, are you fucking kidding me, bro?
My colleague Dana Bash reported that you, Senator John Tester, and Senator Sherrod Brown all said during that lunch that you don't think President Biden can win in 2024. Is that true?
Well, it's true that I said that, and I did say that behind closed doors, and you guys and others asked whether I had said it, and that is what I said. So I figured I should come here and say it publicly.
Why do you think he can't win in November?
I just think this race is on a trajectory that is very worrisome if you care about the future of this country. Joe Biden was 9 points up at this time. The last time he was running, Hillary Clinton was 5 points up. This is the first time in more than 20 years that a Republican president has been up in this part of the campaign. Donald Trump is on track, I think, to win this election and maybe win it by a landslide and take with him the Senate and the House. And so for me, this isn't a question about polling. It's not a question about politics. It's a moral question about the future of our country. And I think it's critically important for us to come to grips with what we face if together we put this country on the path of electing Donald Trump again.
So you're worried that your party is not just going to lose the White House if Joe Biden is at the top of the ticket, but that you're also going to lose both chambers of Congress?
I think that we could lose the whole thing. And it's staggering to me. I mean, Donald Trump's already been president. I thought he was the worst president that we've ever had. He already took away, the right for women to be able to make their own decisions around health care. He's already put 3 extreme Supreme Court justices on the court that wouldn't even survive a vet in the old days, but now are on the court because Donald Trump did it. These are all the things he's already done. And today, as we're sitting here, he's 3.5 points ahead in the polls. He was ahead before President Biden had that very unfortunate debate, and the lead has been growing. And we have 4 months to figure out how we're going to save the country from Donald Trump. And when I think about
Yeah. We got 4 months to save the country from Donald Trump. Like, that's a little fucked up, honestly, thinking about it. Like, when the Democrats themselves are coming out saying that, oh, yeah, this is basically it. We're going to lose. And it's 4 months till the goddamn thing. And they're saying Trump's going to win in a landslide. Like, I don't know what I'm hearing. I don't know what I'm reading. But, man, it just tells me that, like I've been saying for years and years and years, that they're going to push us into some kind of war to stop all that from happening, or at least try to. And I mean, 4 months is not a long time, right? They could do a lot of shit in 2 months, folks. A lot of shit can happen in 2 months. A lot of shit can happen in 2 months. And honestly, it's all looking real suspect. Yeah, everything is looking at real suspect. The whole situation is looking super suspect. And on top of all of it, this is how Biden's hanging with it.
Guided this alliance through one of the most consequential periods in its history. I realize I was talking to your wife. I personally ask you to extend your service. Forgive me. And you put your own guided this alliance through one of the most consequential periods in its history. I realize I was talking to your wife. I personally ask you to extend your service. Forgive me. And you put your own guided this alliance through one of the...
Did he just say he was fucking that dude's wife? Huh? I thought he meant talking. I thought he said talking, but for whatever reason, a lot of people thinking that he say fucking. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, bro. I don't make up the videos.
So much of the progress we made in the alliance is thanks to the Secretary. He's a man of integrity and intellectual rigor, a calm temperament in a moment of crisis.
He's a man of intellectual vigor. I think he meant to say rigor, honestly, but it sounded like wigger on that one. That's the same dude that he said that he boned his wife. So I don't know. You know, maybe he's trying to just get more Donald Trump with everything. Maybe that's what's happening here, right? You know, I realize after fucking your wife, I personally asked you to extend your service. Forgive me? Yeah, I don't know. It seems like that's what the sign language lady was saying too. Just take a look at her.
Secretary guided this alliance through one of the most consequential periods in its history. I realize I was talking to your wife. I personally asked you to extend your service. Forgive me. Secretary, you've guided this alliance through one of the most consequential periods in its history.
I mean, it seems like she made the sign for talking and not fucking.
I realize I was talking to your wife. I personally asked you to extend your service. Forgive me.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. I don't know, but that's not what the sign language lady was doing or whatever. She's a great sign language lady. She's very, very... After fucking... She didn't make the sign for fucking, though, you know? Like... Actually, wait a minute. A sexual connotation signed by taking two V-shaped hands and tapping them twice, dominant hand on top to emulate the people's legs.
I was talking to your wife. I personally asked you to extend your service.
Hmm. Let's just like take a look here. So you can give them the bird. You got this. You got that. That. Okay. Two figures of the V tapping each other. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's what she's saying. Doesn't seem like that's what she's saying. We got to take a look at that again real quick.
Talking to your wife. I personally asked you to extend your... I realize I was talking to your wife. I personally asked you to extend your service. Forgive me. Secretary.
Yeah. I don't know. Looking at it, it doesn't seem like the same thing or whatever. There's a lot of different stuff that you could say, but it doesn't exactly look like the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't seem like that's what she was saying. But whatever, at least we got to look into that. We got to see what was happening with it, get a little bit of lookaroonie into the situation, forecast a little bit of details into the future or whatever. But that's fine. It's fine, dude. It's fine. Shit's fine. Although, dude, bruh, I sometimes wonder what could be happening in the future. It doesn't. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know if that's exactly what the signs are supposed to be. I don't know if that's how the signs are supposed to go. Hmm. 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 Anyways, I guess it's time to at least bring up something that I was like kind of interesting for, or at least interesting into talking to about. Yes, the good old LOWCOWs, right? Well, technically, I wanted to talk about LOWCOW Live because it was like a stream that I don't watch, but it seems like shit is imploding over there in such a spectacular way to the point where Keemstar has basically given up on his LOWCOW show because he's the one doing the work and paying everybody all the money, and everybody else is just an ungrateful, lazy bastard. Which, I mean, I guess I could emulate or at least understand what that would feel like, but all of this seems pretty crazy. After a popular guy named Boogie 2988 ran a crypto scam on his unsuspecting people, which is bad. That's the one thing that I've never tried to do. Scam anybody with crypto, because once you scam people with crypto, you're basically done, right? You're over with. All of the biggest crypto people out there, and plus all of the biggest YouTubers out there, are going to come after your ass and basically end you. And it seems like the same situation has happened with Boogie. Like, he got basically exposed by CoffeeZilla, Mudahar, and now pretty much anybody else that's been talking about the situation. But I think tonight I was watching something that literally kind of blew me away, and it was from Keemstar, and I don't even watch Keemstar's content, but what Keemstar was saying was unbelievable, because Boogie claimed after he deleted all of his coins to prove to everybody that he wasn't trying to scam people and profit off of it, la-di-da-di-da, and then he said that he was going to be keeping the $10,000 because he needed to pay for medical bills because he wasn't making any money on the LOWCOW live show. Well,
I couldn't wrap my head around how much I've helped Boogie. And the fact that this show is literally paying his mortgage, and he lied to CoffeeZilla saying he couldn't refund that 10 grand because he had to pay a mortgage and he makes no money. From LOWCOW Live, I couldn't wrap that around my fucking head. So I asked him about it. I said, why'd you say that to CoffeeZilla? And you know what Boogie told me? He goes, oh, well, I didn't think we were getting paid this month because we had to pay for the trip. I'm sorry.
You didn't think
Since when is a fucking flight for two fat fucks for wherever the fuck you live to here $10,000? $10,000. Did you rent the whole front of the fucking plane? What are you talking about? $10,000, more like 20,000. You know what I mean? There's no money for an entire month because you guys took a travel trip up. Are you fucking insane? Do you know how fucking insane that is? Just the lies just never stop with this fucker. Just never stop. Coffee's like, well, Boogie told me he's going to lose his house. I'm like, no, Coffee. This fucking show pays for his mortgage.
Yeah. Imagine, if you will, you're a fat fuck and you ran a crypto scam on your followers and stuff, and then you went around to everybody saying the reason you did it is because you were hard up for money because the LOWCOW live show wasn't making enough. And then all of that shit gets back to the guy that basically started the show and everything, and now he's exposing you for being a fat lying son of a bitch because he's been sending you money every month to pay for your bills, to pay for your mortgage and everything else. I mean, like, this is some insane shit. Insane. Look how mad
Now
he is.
imagine if Coffee believed that. Imagine if Coffee didn't reach out and have a conversation with me. He'd be going around right now thinking, well, Keemstar's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah,
He has these guys on a fucking show and doesn't give them anybody? Doesn't even fucking pay them? Go fuck yourself, Boogie. Fuck you.
Well, I guess it's good that he kept the $10,000 because it seems like Keemstar's probably not going to be sending him any more money.
Now let's talk about Wings of Redemption. Let's talk about Wings. Now, obviously, I said at the very beginning of this, okay, that we really didn't have time to make content because Boogie could only be here for like basically 2 days because he had to leave to go to a gaming convention to take pictures with fucking 10 fans that are going to come to see him so he can feel good about the day. That was more important than making content on the fucking show that pays his fucking mortgage. Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? This show pays his fucking mortgage, and it was more important for him to go to a gaming convention and sit there and take fucking pictures with 10 fucking nerds that smell like fucking BO. That was more important to him. Do you know how fucking dumb and retarded that is? That is absolutely fucking stupid. That is so fucking dumb. Now, since they're here for just the party on the 4th of July and just the day before, they're only here for these 2 days.
They're only here.
Wings decides that he really wants to make some content because this trip costs so much money and we have to pay it back. So he made so many fucking comments. Guys, we need to make content. We need to pay for this trip. Because it cost me fucking $500 to come here. We got to pay that. We got to make content and get our money back. I heard that so many fucking times from him. Now, here's the position that I'm coming from. All right? Look, Boogie's got to go meet the BO kids. All right? There isn't enough time to actually make content. Why don't we just celebrate? Why don't we all just hang out, have a good time, and celebrate this successful show that we made together? Why don't we just do that?
Yeah, why
Fuck
don't
the
we
content.
do that? Fuck
Let's just
content.
hang out.
Let's just hang out.
And because we were just hanging out, right? You've seen the content. It was dog shit. Because we weren't trying to make content.
You were making non-tent?
But no. Wings kept fucking complaining over and over. We gotta cover the money. We gotta cover the money. My party started at 2. Wings said, I'm only coming for the fireworks. I'm not joking. This is what Wings said. This is what he said. I'm only coming for the fireworks. Started at 2. Wings came when it was dark. So for the fireworks and the left. Shit. His wife, Kelly, wanted to see Niagara Falls. It was like her dream. So the first day they were here, they were like, yeah, tomorrow we're going to Niagara Falls. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Wings is going to get out. He's going to see Niagara Falls. Him and Kelly, this is going to be awesome. They were going to go on the Maid of the Mist. They had all these plans. The next day they come over at the party, right? Late at night. And I go, hey, Kelly, how was Niagara Falls? She goes, it was great. It was great, Keem. I had such a great time. Wings, how did you like it? Wings goes, I didn't go. What? What? He goes, yeah, Kelly woke me up and said that she's going to Niagara Falls, and I said, go by yourself. And he sent her by herself. The fuck is this? What is this? Wings. You're always thinking about everything you're going to lose. Oh, it cost me $500 to...
Oh my God. So yeah, that's how things are going over in the LOWCOW University. I mean, it's probably the funniest thing that I've seen, but the fact that the show is called LOWCOW Live, and then the dude's got a bunch of LOWCOWs on it who are like internet prima donnas that are like really, really super worried about their content scheduling, but at the same time they do it for money. He's the idiot that's paying them the money to get them on the shows and handling all the business, and they still treat him like fucking dog shit. Which is, I mean, funny in itself, but the fact that he's basically saying that they're done, right? Like, that's what he says. He says, I'm so mad, I'm done. And he's quitting, right? He's quitting LOWCOW Live. The show's over. And it's all over because Boogie, right? Boogie decided that he was going to scam his fans, and then he got exposed for it by some of the biggest YouTubers out there. And now he's trying to make Keem look like the asshole and saying, well, I'm not getting paid for LOWCOW, even though he's been getting paid for LOWCOW every fucking month, right? Every time they get paid, he gets paid, right? They got a contract and shit. And now he's like, you know what? Fuck it. We're done. Which is insane to me. I mean, I never really watched the show myself, but I feel like it's just kind of crazy, dude. They got a bunch of all these ungrateful fucking losers that are taking advantage of him, making all of these he's putting them on the show. He's doing all this shit. And it's almost like they're unappreciative or something like that. It's like they don't fucking care about any of the work that this motherfucker has been putting into the show, the situation, anything. Which is like crazy because, you know, bands break up all the time, right? But it gets even crazier when you think about how everything that's been happening it's like, why are people making these folks implode? Why are these people doing all this shit in the first place? And, you know, I couldn't fucking tell you, bro. I couldn't fucking tell you. I mean, I could try to tell you, but I don't know. But it is what it is, my friends. It is what it is. And honestly, I think the last thing that I guess we could talk about today is that somebody actually sent me some stuff where I was looking over on the Kiwi farms the other day, and I saw that there had actually been some updates in the Nick Rekieta versus Monograph case, right? And I'm looking for the shit right now. It's almost to the point where I have to laugh about it because apparently, yeah, somebody owes somebody some money. Like, did you guys know this? I didn't know this, but, you know, I'll pull it up just from the Kiwi farms right here. District case events. Appellate Court Judgment Index 62. The judgment cost from the Court of Appeals is $300. So, yeah. All of the stuff that I've seen, you know, from Nick Rekieta and the things that he's done, you know, like I haven't seen a whole lot of people talking about his actual lawsuit with Monograph, but it seems like Monograph is actually winning that lawsuit because they've already appealed some judgments, and apparently Nick owes him like $300, and he hasn't fucking paid that shit, dude. Which is literally even more funny considering the fact that apparently Homeboy hasn't paid his parking tickets. But yeah, here it is right here. Steve Quest respondent versus Nicholas Rekieta, pursuant to a decision of the Minnesota Court of Appeals duly made and entered, is determined in a judge that the decision of the Cuyahoga County District Court herein appealed from be the same and hereby affirmed its judgment is entered accordingly. It is further determined in a judge that Steve Quest herein have and recover of Nicholas Robert Requeta herein the amount of $300 as costs and disbursements in this cause, and that the execution may be ensued from the enforcement of July 5th, which was just a couple of days ago, right? That's just a couple of days ago. So just like thinking about that, like how bad things are going for Requeta, who is, possibly one of the biggest locals that ever was. Just looking at this, it's almost shocking in a way to think that a guy that was buying at least an ounce of cocaine can't afford a $300 disbursement cost. Like, $300 would hit me hard as fuck, but I got it. But like, goddamn, motherfucker, like seriously, like what was the $300 even for? This is how far off I am in this whole entire situation because I haven't been paying attention to it other than like checking here and there to the people that like really really care about it. And it's not like I could just reach out to Monograph and ask him about it directly, but the fact that there's actually a judgment from the Court of Appeals saying that Nick's gotta pay money for his bullshit is pretty fucking funny. I mean, that's pretty fucking funny. I don't know how that is even a possibility, but like, holy shit, dude! Like, why? How? Like, Nick, you were supposed to be. You were the chosen one! You were supposed to be ultra lawyer and you ended up being a fucking dipshit. Like, how are you getting your ass handed to you in court by Monograph? Like, everybody says he's a crazy person and all this other shit, whatever, but like, he's beating you. He's fucking beating you. He's beating you. He's spending big money on the case. Like, how? How are you still losing? Oh, it just gives me a whole lot of pride for that old man for some reason, 'Cause, I went after it. I'm just glad, I'm glad that I made the correct decision. Said, you know what? Yeah, I'm just reading stupid shit off the internet that I don't really have the information of. And if you're man enough to come say that ain't true and all that other shit, then I fucking believe you because you're a scary motherfucker and you have my phone number and shit. And honestly, this has got to be one of the better moves that I've ever made in my life because having to deal with that shit, this shit would probably put me into a coke binge as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nuts. Like, how is he losing, bro? Like, it just, I don't know how any of this stuff is even possible, bro. I don't know how fucking possible it was, but like just looking at some of the other filings and shit, 7/30/2024 is apparently the next case for the next scheduled court date or telephone conference in the matter. Each attorney and represented party shall connect the conference. Blah, 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 blah. All disclosures pursuant to Rule 26 must be timely made. And this was dated, July 1st of 2024. So we know that the next hearing is coming up for this particular thing. Might have to call in and set for it. I don't know if you should be doing that, though. But, bitches will be bitches. Bitches will be bitches. Bitches will be bitches. Even more so to think is that, Monograph has been spotted in a lot of different places associated to anything Nick. Like, I've been seeing him. We saw him in our chat the other day, and I was like, wait a minute, let me look at this real quick. Oh, shit, yeah, that is him. And he's been in, like, Medicur's chats and other people's chats, so I feel like he's starting to come out of his shell a little bit because he's basically beating Nick like a fucking redheaded stepchild. Like, he's beating him like a redheaded stepchild. And even with the appeals and everything else, like, he just keeps beating Nick. Like, Nick, they haven't even gotten anywhere with the actual case, right? Like, Nick just keeps on trying to dismiss it and then appealing the decisions and all this other shit. And it just, just doesn't make any sense. And then it gets me back into this right here, co-explaining the qualifications of Judge Fisher or lack thereof.
And then we get to file a motion for summary judgment after discovery because the judge, Jennifer.
This is a clip from May 20th. It's on Lisa Clips' channel. Lisa Clips, don't fucking kill me or whatever. But yes, the qualifications. Just a month ago, him talking shit about the judge. And it's on the same, I believe, the same stream where he got spotted with the coke nose and was incredibly intoxicated.
Jennifer Fisher, yes,
Also,
like the
I'm
office,
pretty sure this
decided
is the same one
that
where he was,
you needed to have discovery. The only fact outstanding on discovery was Montegraph's alleged damages. I don't know why we need those. I don't know why Montegraph needs those.
Yeah, I don't know why he needs them. Probably because he's owed him. Dumb fuck. God damn it. I mean, that's it right there. Taxation costs, baby. Statutory cost of $300 from the respondent. You see that right there? See that shit? That's a win, baby. That means they're going to court, baby.
But that's the thing that was standing out. Everything else was there. Our judge is literally fucking stupid. We're going to say it. Jennifer Fisher, Chief Judge of Wilmer, Minnesota, Candy, Ohio County, is touched not by an angel, not even by a priest, but probably by retardation. She does not know basic facts or elements of common law. She doesn't know Minnesota statutory law. When she tries to apply the law to facts, and I know this from previous cases with her, by the way, she gets it wrong.
Well, it doesn't seem like she got it wrong, Nick, because your appeal was denied. You owe Monograph $300. And if you want to look, you could go look up Defango Monograph videos. And I was coming at that fool for $1,000. Although I was, being a dumbass or whatever. I never did get him $1,000, but I'm not paying him $300 for you. You got to pay him $300, motherfucker. That's a judge. That's a judge saying that you lost. And then he requested the statutory cost of $300 for the billing of his fucking lawyer or some shit to deal with your bullshit. And now you still got a fucking court case, dude. That's two. You're going up against the judge and you're talking shit about the judge. You got the judge taken off of your other case because you were like, nah, fuck that. I can't lose twice, even though you're going to lose twice probably. Like, this is a situation that never had to get to this fucking point ever, right? All he had to do was just be like, all right, Monograph, I don't really have the information. I read a bunch of shit on Kiwi Farms and some other places, and I went at you. And you know what? I'm sorry. But nope, he can't do it, dude. He's literally shit talking the judge.
And it's crazy. I know what people are going to say. Those cases that I had in front of Jennifer Fisher, the chief judge of Candy, Ohio County, when she applied basic common law principles on contract, incorrect. She applied because she said, I can do whatever I want. Basically, she was not at that point judging in the district court. She was judging at the small claims court level. And she said, no, that's not how contracts work. I'm like, Judge, that's how contracts have worked for 450 years. You don't get to just change that. Like, we win.
You don't get to just change that. We win. I am the law pope. I make the decisions. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just think about this shit, dude. Think about this shit. The more we get into this shit, the better it gets, the better you feel. And
what do you like? How do you react in like your mind when people are just fucking throwing like child abuse allegations like at
Well, I
you?
mean, part of it's frustrating because a lot of it is from a lack of information. So when the in the search warrant, like one of the CPS calls was mentioned. Now, these calls happen when somebody decides they don't like something, and so they call in. But CPS ignored those calls for us. Now, I've been fucking swatted. I've had CPS call, a couple CPS calls. It turns out they don't tell you. We have these couple CPS calls go through, and they decided that they weren't worth looking into. But then when they get incorporated into a search warrant, even though they were completely ignored by CPS, but for some reason that's not explained, they decided that this is the basis for a search warrant, or part of the basis for a search warrant. People then go, oh, this must be a true thing. And it's like, well, no, that doesn't make it true at all. And I haven't really been able to talk about any of that because, you know, the determinations by CPS are part of the case. So until those come out, and you know, probably when the case is done, I got to kind of just keep quiet about it. But I can't really be mad about people thinking that way either, because, well, what the fuck are they supposed to do? They don't have the information.
What? We don't have the information? Like, people are just reading this thing and then seeing that your 9-year-old had a bunch of coke in them, and we're all just being all like, well, seems like Coke Daddy was doing some coke shit.
So I just sit there and I have to deal with it. Or like there's a bunch of people like, you gave your child cocaine. It's like, really? Is that like...
That's right, Russell. He can't keep his mouth shut. No, he's still fucking talking about it. Should not be talking to Camelot. Should be not talking to Zealand. Should not be discussing this whatsoever. Shouldn't even be on the internet.
You really think that's what's going on?
Because he may not consider this talking to the police, but in fact, this is talking to the police.
Okay.
Because they're probably
I guess
listening.
If that's what you need to think. But that's not even alleged. That's not even alleged by Child Protective Services or the state in my case. So people come to these conclusions rather.
Just to point it out there, the case between Child Protective Services and him is different than the case between the state and him for the drugs. And that's the one thing that he's trying to, I guess, make you think isn't the case, which is really real sneaky of him. He's basically lawyering himself while he's badly lawyering, because he shouldn't be talking about any of this stuff. But he's at least intelligent enough to know that these people are stupid enough to believe whatever he has to say about the situation. So he's kind of like, yeah, this whole CPS case is completely, they're alleging this is my other case. And no, that's not what's actually happening here. Now, the police, they can go in and take information from various different sources that are already a part of the government. So if they're building a case against you, or if they already had a case or investigation and detective looking into you, they're obviously going to look at your CPS history and other stuff and use it to bolster whatever search warrant that they're going to use to come after you. And it's their reasoning into doing something like that is to make sure that whatever warrant they have is ironclad, because not only were they worried about the children, they obviously had some understanding as to there being drugs in the house because somebody told them about it. And even more so, if the CPS interviewed the children, the interviews of the children and stuff like that were out there aren't going to actually be said. And even more so, we didn't have the entirety of the complaints that came from CPS. We only had, basic documents, and we had a lot of information, but enough to basically look and say that, yeah, CPS had already been looking into him for a while, and it was only because they actually got a case to go search the house that they actually learned about any of this other stuff, because somebody dropped the dime on him. Think about it. 2 different cases. Like, he could get through this entire drug case and it's still not going to solve anything with the CPS case because they're separate cases. So it's like he's got a case with Monograph, he's got the case with the fucking state on the drugs, and then he's got the other case with the state and CPS, and they are not together. They are separate.
Rather than going, man, this looks really odd. These test results seem strange. And me going, yeah, they're pretty fucking weird, aren't they? They're like, no, they must be 100% accurate and they must mean this other thing. And you're like, I can't really talk about any of this, which kind of fucking sucks because
can't really talk about any of this. So now he's talking about the actual test results and saying that they're inaccurate, or there's a possibility of a hair follicle test being inaccurate for any number of reasons. Oh, what did they do, Nick? Fucking trade your wife's hair for your daughter's hair? Oh, no, we can't actually figure that out, though, right? Because you didn't give them the ability to actually see your drug tests, right? And we haven't seen any updated information from either court saying that you have given them a permission to view these so-called drug tests that you've been taking to prove your sobriety.
You know, that's the way these cases go. You don't want to say anything at all because if you say something, you know, they'll try and use it against you in some weird way. And it's like, well, I don't know. I know what didn't happen. I know for a fact what didn't happen. So I kind of know that like a lot of the narrative out there around some of these things is just completely, it's fiction. But again, people have only the information.
Does anybody remember when he told me that he wasn't swinging and he wasn't a swinger or whatever? Yeah. It's like credibility's real shot, dude. This seems like a stretch.
Information that they get. So you just have to kind of suck it up and deal with it while the government's like staring you down the barrel of the fucking Liberty gun. And you have to just wait and let people have their opinions. It sucks, but that's what you got to do. Look, if people are really confused about a lot of the shit in the case, and like they're like, holy shit, this is a surprise. You're not alone. They're being a surprise on some of this really outrageous shit. But
so wait a minute. Is he saying that it was also a surprise to him that his young daughter tested positive for an inordinate amount of cocaine? Because that seems a little suspect.
You know, like the process of going after that stuff and going after that. First of all, the process of getting that information is a whole fucking story. And then the process of going after and trying to correct what has to be erroneous is like, you can't just be like, nuh-uh. Some people are like, well, why don't you just bring clean drug tests to the government and get your kids back? It's like, oh, you think I don't have a fucking litany of clean drug tests to give into the government?
You don't have a Nick, I'm going to just go ahead and stop you right there and say that there's no way that you have a litany of clean drug tests to give to the government, right? Ain't no way, because they're going to definitely see the alcohol you've been drinking, any cannabinoids or anything. Okay, maybe if you've stopped doing coke for a while, you know, it only takes about 7 days for that to get out of your system for a piss test, but really it's more like 1 or 2 or 3 days if you drink some, you know, certain types of juices and such. So, yeah, claiming that you have a litany of drug tests, but the fact that you haven't given the courts permission to view this so-called litany of drug tests and other things seems real fucking suspect. And as far as I'm concerned, when he bailed himself out on unconditional release, so it's not like he's actually having to go do any drug tests and stuff like that. And even more so, the court wouldn't technically even be able to mandate that he do any of that stuff until after the fucking trial. I mean, they could mandate it if he was under some kind of release conditions, but he's not. So, yeah, think about that one.
They just don't give you your kids back. It doesn't work that way.
You're right, Nick. They don't just give you your kids back. They're going to first want to see that you're clean and sober for X amount of period of time, and then they're going to want your cooperation. They're going to want to investigate the house, get access to everything so that they can ensure that the house is a safe place for the children to return to. And yes, there would still be some courtroom shenanigans so that where a judge would have to oversee everything that was happening under the situation. And that's all stuff that you still haven't fucking done.
It'd be amazing if it did, but there's a lot of people that could get clean drug tests and just hand them over, but they wouldn't be clean. Luckily for me, I'm clean. That was easy as fuck. So it's like having the clean drug test is great, But you can't just give them to the government and have them say, oh, sorry. They don't do that. They come up with a story, just like everybody in the chat has a story, and they have to fill in the pieces. And your story is not the one that they've come up with. I promise you, no matter who you are in the world, when the government comes up with a story about you, whatever they come up with is not right. Even if yours might be worse, but theirs is incorrect because only you have all the details. Well,
did he just let it slip that the story that the government has is a good one, but not the right one, and the actual story is very much worse? Yeah, that's what it actually seems like he fucking said right there. Hello, gamer person.
Well, you don't just get to tell them, well, let me tell you the details, and then you'll change your mind, because they've made up their mind on their story, and they don't care what facts you have, because now confirmation bias is at play. That's why the court system exists. I have to wait for the court's timeline to fight against all this shit. And that's why there are rules and processes to do all of this. But, the internet isn't a place to wait for answers. The internet.
Yeah. The internet is not a place to wait for answers. I don't agree with that, because I feel like I've just waited for answers, and answers just continuously come to me. Like, I don't even have to live stream for a week, and there's more fucking content for 5 fucking hours than anything. So, I don't know, man. Think about this shit, dude. Schedule changes, trial streams coming soon. Stream with LawTubers. Fuck that. I'll stream with good lawyers. Yo, but if somebody's a good lawyer, why the fuck would they want to be streaming with you? You don't win cases.
Did you hear about the LawTube simul streaming thing? You know what I want to do less than anything on earth is stream with like 8 other LawTubers.
Oh, yeah? I'm pretty sure.
Because that sounds almost as bad as the situation I'm in. That's how that sounds.
Pretty sure.
Fuck that.
Your situation is still worse.
Oh, God. Like, that's the thing that
I don't think the good
that
lawyers
I was
are
asked
stream with
to do a long time ago after Rittenhouse, I think it was. Or maybe, I think it was after Rittenhouse. I was asked to lead LawTube in like a simul streaming agreement where we shared revenue and all this stuff. And all I could think of was, God, that sounds terrible. That sounds fucking awful.
That sounds
I don't want to do that ever.
I don't want to do that ever. Yeah. I mean, the internet's a fucking weird ass place, bro. You couldn't have told me that any of this stuff would have gone belly up like this. But then again, we've been doing this for a really long time, guys, since like 2016 and shit. Actually, before that. I think my original YouTube channel came up in like 2007 or 2008. So you've been doing this for a long time. And honestly, he's been going through every single little weirdness that could possibly happen. And I mean, he's like covered it all. And he's still talking about it every fucking day. And it just blows me away. Like, why would you even be doing this? Why would you even be talking about any of this? Oh, well. It's the addiction, right? People that make the content, they're addicted to it. They can't just take a break. He just needs to take a 6-month break. He needs to go pull Defango and just cut the fuck out and reevaluate. Because if you really want to do this, this ain't the way that you do it, homie. I mean, I'm the guy that runs the Best Worst show, not you. You should not be trying to take over my job. I am the opposite. I am the I am the fucking alpha, omega, zeta, whatever the fuck. I am the opposite of what you want to be. You're a streamer, right? And I tell that to people all the time. But then I always see these LOWCOWs and other individuals like screwing themselves up. He's an addict, right? Like, he's addicted to drinking. He's addicted to fucking drugs. And he's addicted to streaming. And okay, so now he can't be addicted to drugs, but he's still addicted to drinking and streaming. And streaming is an addiction, my friends. steroids. Don't even get it twisted that it's not. You know, the whole process, the dopamine rush, getting the money and all of that stuff, all of that can be utilized to basically make you into something that you never wanted to be, right? And it becomes addicting. And we see the same thing happening, right? We see it with other content creators like Boogie. Boogie's addicted to streaming. He's addicted to being on YouTube. He's addicted to being the spotlight. That's the only explanation that makes any sense when viewing things that he's done recently, where basically he imploded his entire career over $10,000 and then lied to everybody about getting money for it. And then we all find out that he's making money on it, and Keepstar just is like, fuck it. You guys, this shit's over. I'm not paying you anymore. Fucking get out of my face. Y'all are garbage, right? And then Mudahar is over there in the background just like, well, what are we gonna do, guys? Look at the similarities. Look at the similarities. It's not going to be very much longer now till we start getting the Nick coin or Baldo coin, and then him trying to fucking pull some fucking shit on his fan base. But the only reason we probably haven't seen him do any of that stuff is because he's still got the money. He's still got the Mustang. He's still living the dream, guys. He's still riding the high. The high has just been adjusted, but, you know, give it another month or two of his revenue being dog shit, him not making any money and things not changing, and things are going to get a lot more worse. You know, you're going to start seeing that dude do a lot more weird, depraved, depressing shit. And honestly, I'm going to be here to see it, right? I'm going to be here to watch. I'm going to be here to watch because that's what I do. All I do is I watch other people's shit and sometimes make money off of it. Although nowadays, we don't make a whole lot of money. I think people are starting to understand now, right? They're starting to get it. And that's okay, you know? We're only doing one stream a week, so I don't expect anybody to pay me anything for that shit. I never expect it because it's undeserved. This is a bad show. You don't pay money for bad things, folks. That's the whole point. But, you know, at the end of the day, watching what's happening with these other fools and seeing how their little situation and system is put together. And you got to remember, it's like every single creator has a story. Every single creator is hiding something from you. Every single creator is playing some sort of character. You know, what you see is not really what you get, unless it's with me. And basically, it's the same thing. I just talk less in real life because, you know, I'm not trying to be rude or whatever. This is the show. It's the only time I get to talk this much. And even after that, can I talk very well? No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't. I mean, Jesus Christ. What else can we even get to? I mean, I guess I could just end it here, but honestly, I completely forgot about Sketch. You know, this expose shit happens more than you think, guys. Like, you think that it doesn't happen all the time. You think that it ain't coming together and doing all this stuff. No. It's happening more than you think. It's going on bigger. It's happening more. I'm actually scrolling through my Twitter account right now real quick to go look at something real quick. God damn. Oh, yeah. This is what I wanted to show you. I want you guys to watch this clip out of context and then tell me what you think.
You like girls? Oh, I do. Okay. Love them. All right. Love them. Can't complain. What about you, brother? I like, bro. I like them all, man. Look at that. Pokemon, collect them all. I like them all. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. 100%. Yeah. I get what you're saying here. Yeah. You like girls? Oh, I do. Okay. Love them. All right. Love them. Can't complain. What about you, brother? I like, bro. I like them all, man. Look at that. Pokemon, collect them all. I like them all. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. 100%. Yeah. I get what you're saying here. Yeah. You like girls?
How did I Show Speed know about that shit before anybody else is my real question. So, yeah, on the left, we have a guy named Sketch. He's a YouTube Twitch guy. I think he's a Twitch affiliate, right? He's a Twitch affiliate. He's been making his rounds, like getting on all the big streams and whatnot. And this is from a while back, right? This is from before the big reveal happened. And it's Sketch and I Show Speed. And I Show Speed's acting a little gay. You know, he's saying some gay shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a little gay. Where he's like, oh, yeah, I like them all. That's some shit like, well, you know what? I'll fuck dudes and I'll fuck chicks. And then he's getting all close and like leaning his arm and hand on him and shit like that. Like, oh, fuck, bro. Like, did his team find that shit out and not tell anybody? Did he stop giving it up? And that's why all this shit happened in the first place? God damn, motherfucker, dude. God damn, motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah. And it's all because of this
Kylie
video.
Cox, known online as...
Well, I'm going to say it's all because of this video because 2 days ago, some guy on YouTube did some shit, right? And it says Kylie Cox, known online as Sketch or the real Sketch, was previously an LGBTQ content creator. He uses names like Jamie Moore HTHXXX and Jamie Moore TX and Jamie Moore Not Safe from Work and James Couture and a whole bunch of other stuff. But yeah, oh boy, I guess did a little bit of did a little research on Sketcheroony.
For those of us unfamiliar with Kylie Cox, he's a native Houstonian and Texan who once upon a time played linebacker at the Woodlands Christian Academy. He's a member of the Kappa Sigma fraternity at Mississippi State University. He later transferred to the University of Oklahoma, then Texas State, and Lone Star College, before ultimately deciding academics was not for him. At some point in 2023, Cox created the character Sketch and started to live stream himself playing Madden NFL on TikTok.
Oh.
He did this for a few months, and then one day, overnight seemingly, his catchphrase, "What's up, brother?" went viral and made him a sensation.
Oh.
Since
What's up,
then,
brother?
2024 has been a major year for Kylie Cox. He's partnered with people like the Houston Texans, Kai Cenat and AMP, Fortnite, Jinxie, other sports teams like the Dallas Mavericks, Tennessee Titans, and March Madness, and other people have been seen doing his "What's up, brother" emote, if you will. The likes of Bryce Harper, Johan Rojas, Bo Naylor, Kyle Tucker, just to name a few. But really, many of us only know that sketch. We only know the sketch.
That's right. This is the sketch that everybody knows, right? This is a sketch that everybody knows. But then he comes out with this shit, right? Oh, wait, this is for Puckbook, right? Oh, here we go.
Mar HTXXX and Jamie Marr NSFW to quote see sketch in his true form, with the warning that there was graphic content to be seen. In doing this, I discovered that before Sketch, Kylie Cox led a life of an LGBTQ+ adult content creator known as Jamie Marr HTXXX, as well as the several other
It's blanked out because it's graphic
monikers related to it. I understand that that is a very serious claim that again can have very huge implications on his future. So yes, we want to be certain that this person, Jamie Marr HTXXX, is Kylie Cox, who is Sketch. I mean, at the very base level, if you just look at the name, Jamie Marr HTXXX, or Jamie Marr TX, that would indicate to us that this person is in the Texas area, specifically Houston, which we know for a fact is where Kylie Cox, aka Sketch, resides at as well. When we follow that name to Reddit, we get more confirmation that this person is indeed in Houston, because in 2021, they posted several times looking for Houston area meetups. They also posted a handful of times promoting their content on Twitter. Now, when you follow the link to Twitter, fortunately, or unfortunately, however you want to slice this.
Fortunately or unfortunately, yeah. You know, that's actually kind of where it's at, dude. It's a little sad. it's a little like outrageous, but it's real, bro. It's literally real. And it makes a lot of these things that we've seen on the internet.
Good night, Chad. I'm gonna Sketch in the ass.
No, what's going on?
Me and Sketch are gonna each other. Right in the assholes.
Things could be going worse. Sorry, Sketch.
No, do it again.
Clip that. Send that to my lawyer.
Clip that. Send it to my lawyer. I guess it was like some kind of open secret, you know? I guess that's what it was. It was an open secret. It's an open secret. But anyways, you know, I got to at least give this guy respect for coming out and saying that, yeah, it was him. Here's the video.
Look at this. Open and honest. That was me.
That was me.
That was me. It's okay, though. I will tell you what. Okay.
Yeah, how'd this
2 years
happen?
ago, I did some stuff.
2
I'm
years
sorry
ago.
if you've seen some of the stuff. You know, I'm a changed person.
I'm a changed
It's
person.
going worse than I thought it was.
This is gonna be worse than I thought it was.
So 2 years ago, I did not have sexual relations with that man. I'm just kidding. I did. Possibly. Cat's out of the bag. It's okay. What else do I have to say? I don't know. Thank you to all my people that have been sticking up for me. I understand if you're bad. Shit hit the fan. I was dealing with some addiction problems. A couple of them. But
He says that he was struggling with addiction 2 years ago. And I mean, I understand people struggling with addiction for sure. I'm just not exactly sure what you're addicted to that's going to make you start taking big black wieners like that. Like, honestly, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Really. The explanation seems a little sketch, I'm going to say, actually. Like, I mean, fine, dude. You're gay. You like having sex with men and maybe women. And you're also a Christian. It's not up for me to judge you for that shit, but I'm definitely going to laugh at that shit. But at the same time, it's a little insane that you go from being one way to playing a character and making a bunch of money, and then when your old shit gets exposed, then you're just like, yeah. I mean, you got to give them respect for being like, yeah, that's me. But seriously, like, what's going to happen to his career is the only question that I have. Like, is that going to make him more popular or less popular? Is that going to be something different or like what? Like, I just don't know, man. I just don't know, bro. Just the internet's just a way too weird, crazy place, my friend. But then again, it's like the same exact thing. They talk about addiction, right? We got Nicholas Requena addicted to what? Few things. And what do we go from? Another person, Sketch, claims to be addicted to something. Don't know what he's addicted to, but it's pretty clear to anybody that he's been addicted for the last 2 years to what? Live streaming. Just trading one addiction for another addiction, my friend. Although now, I guess technically he's just trading dick. So, you know, I guess that's all right. And that's pretty much all I have for you today, I guess. You know, can we get really anything else going on over here? Does it make any more sense? It just kind of seems like super crazy. Super crazy. Like, how is this even How is this even real? Is the question that I really have. And honestly, I don't know, dude. I live a pretty real ass life. I be delivering the pizzas. I be making the YouTube videos, and I try to give you guys at least the down to earth perspective on this whole thing. And even then, it still just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I guess I could have just had a way more fucked up like history, and then maybe like we would have got more play. But my shit's like pretty bland apparently compared to most of these guys. Just a dick. But that's it. So if you enjoyed what we do here, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share this with your friends. If not, you do you, boo. Either way, we're pretty much done today. I think we've covered a lot of interesting topics. We've talked about the LOWCOWs. We talked about the shitty presidents. We talked about the Project 2025. I mean, feel like we got it all wrapped up together. Oh, yeah. Rumble Studio sucks ass. They need to give you a lot more options and shit. I'll try it again maybe in a couple months if they fix that shit. But till then, I guess it's all over, my friends. Don't be sketch now. See you later. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And don't do anything I wouldn't do. Or do. I mean, shit's up to you, my friends. I'm going to go kick it now. Bye-bye.